guys enjoy this video, you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and follow me over on social media. So, we are going to do an analysis of the RWBY OP. Hopefully it has been uploaded to YouTube like usually that they do that, or like EW sometimes releases the intro. So, if the intro is on YouTube today, we will post our reaction to the intro as well as our intro analysis today, but our RWBY reaction to the first episode is up for Patreons a week earlier, yes, right, on Patreon, but it'll be next Saturday if you guys are watching this on the same Saturday that RWBY first came out. I hope that that's not too confusing, but first, we did react to it while we were doing our episode reaction, so let's cut to that. Arrested! Ah!
16? What the fuck?
Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping
this is very anime.
It's gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of joy.
Oh wow, look at how they changed from the beginning to now, Hunter!
What?
They changed from the beginning to
Oh,
now. Hi, Ironwood. Ooh, that's a special
Face
team.
off.
Oh, the 8-ball! That's kind of cool. What?
Oh,
What?
no.
Tyrion?
Oh, Tyrion. Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
hello, you two.
Oh, no. Oh, Penny. I don't know how I feel about Penny. Oh, it's...
The politician!
Yeah, politician. Oh, and
it blasts to Jacques!
Oh.
See, what if Jacques is manipulating everything? Hi, Tyrion. Oh, Tyrion's fighting her! That's a little weird.
Wait, and Crow and her are fighting. Do you think they know each other?
That would be interesting.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Ooh,
Oh.
Relic of Creation, sis. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it's already finished.
That
Well,
went by incredibly fast.
oh my god.
I don't know. Oh! I don't know how I feel about Penny's just back. It can't be this simple. It can't be like Penny's back and everything's okay. It can't be that simple.
Can it though? I mean, she's a robot.
know.
It's like Baymax. You take the chip from Baymax and
Like,
put it
it
into a new
makes
Baymax.
a certain degree
you know what I
of
mean?
sense.
Like, I did want Penny to forget sort of like everyone else thought just for the heart punch, but at the same time, realistically, right? To go with a Big Hero 6 type situation, she just needed a new body.
But what if she's
But what
like...
about the soul? Like, what if she's been programmed instead of having the soul, okay? So now we're just gonna take this slow. We're gonna slow down and get in here, okay?
I mentioned 16, which people, I don't know how big that show was outside of Canada, but it had the exact same, like, kind of bright colors, silhouettes in those lines.
This is very anime, is what I will say about it. Like, look at RWBY and, like, her side profile here.
16, trying to find my way, got a new job, gonna topple the Schnee. Anyways, moving forward.
You could have did, like, toppled the Schnees today, and it still
Topple
would've-
the Schnees today.
It would have fit in the beat. Anyway, this is interesting. I feel like this is, I don't know, it's just very, like, bright colors, obviously, but I guess they had to do them like this because, like, they couldn't do black for Blake or else she'd disappear, and then they couldn't do a white background for everyone because then Weiss would disappear, if that makes sense. And so it's like, I really like the black silhouettes on other colors that sort of represent them, because
like
I
the purple
personally
and the teal
always
work
thought
better.
about Blake as purple and
Yeah.
Weiss as more of a blue, but I know that that's not what, like, originally,
Especially
you
in
know.
later seasons, and especially
Exactly.
in, like, drawings, her hair looks more bluish white than just white.
Yeah, like there's a blue, like, tint, you could say. I just really like this. I think this is so anime. Then you have Ren, Nora, Oscar, and John.
Yes.
So here's our first little theory, okay?
Yes.
We've had some
Oh, I just remembered that Jean's gonna have that haircut.
Team Orange,
Orange?
right? So ORNJ. Team Orange. We also got...
You've got
That's
demoted,
it.
Jean.
I don't think there's anything else you could do with them. Maybe Junior. because then you have JNOR.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so we have some team names, but orange is a color. So Team Orange confirmed, guys, because Oscar is in this profile, okay?
Ooh.
That's our first piece of analysis information, all right? We got this. Also, you guys will see this in my reaction, but I totally summoned Penny today. You're welcome. But that's irrelevant for the moment. I really love this because you guys will see in a minute, okay? Like, they take off, like, their hoods and whatever, and it pans to each of them, but that's not the cool part, okay?
They're really working those silhouettes hard, and I love
okay,
it.
RWBY Volume 7, it's all icy, we got it. Okay, but if you look at this, and sorry, Rooster Teeth's site does not have, like, a frame-by-frame thing like YouTube does. So, oh, dear. So it's a little... We're just having the time of our life, okay? Yeah, so we're struggling a little bit with Rooster Teeth's thing. But you can see Yang's in her Volume 3 outfit. That's what I meant in my reaction.
Okay.
Right? Then she's in her 4, and then she's in her
5.
new one. And you saw that with Blake, and Blake used the clones to do that, which I think is really cool. You see Weiss jump in, she glyphs from one, she glyphs to the other, and then she snowstorms. You see RWBY, then you see RWBY, and then you see RWBY. Right? So I think that's really cool that they did that, and they used everyone's semblance. Like Yang is bouncing on her gauntlets. Blake is bouncing with her shadows.
Has RWBY ever worn gloves before? I just noticed.
Do you want me to go back?
Maybe. I just noticed their fingerless gloves, and I think they really work.
No.
Yeah, no, she has never before.
Nope. I think the gloves work.
I mean,
like
it's chilly in Atlas, so it makes sense.
What the fuck is Ironwood doing? This is like.
Wait, that's the Amity Arena.
Yeah.
So why is the Amity Arena at
I don't think
Atlas?
it is. He's looking at Beacon. He's surveillancing Beacon, maybe.
But that's
like,
not
secretly?
Beacon. That's
Why not? Oh, I guess it's not.
no.
But that has to be,
Amity
right?
Arena.
Unless it's something else.
Unless
maybe.
he's planning
What if
something
they
else,
brought Amity Arena to Atlas? Like after, and that's how they retrieved Penny. Like instead of going in and retrieving Penny, they just levitated the whole thing there. Like they just dragged the whole thing. But you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Avatar episode we watched a couple of weeks ago where Sokka and Aang were in the solar system room and they were trying to find the darkest day for the Fire Nation or whatever. And that's what this reminds me of. And I'm just like, what is the day where the constellations will align and you can just kill Salem?
Are people who are into horoscopes and constellations, do you recognize any of those constellations? It
Yeah,
kinda
do
looks
they
like
mean anything?
That one's the Big Dipper over there, it kind of looks like.
But I mean, they may just be stars.
They might just
But
be
you know
cool.
what I mean? Like, it sort of looks like that's definitely Atlas, and like,
why is
Ironwood does
Amity
not give
Arena?
a shit about the bottom, but I'm guessing that they literally dragged Amity Arena over
Is it
here.
a plan
I like
for
almost
something?
guarantee.
I don't know.
Like that because it floats.
I guess
this
it
whole
floats.
thing with
You
Amity
could
Arena is that it floats. Also, we don't know how often they do this, but if it's like every 4 years, what if they're planning on having another Vital Festival tournament in Atlas? Because they can't really communicate with the other kingdoms very well because the towers are down. But what if they're like, we have to show the world that we're still strong and that will like, what if we get like Vital Festival 2.0?
We made jokes. We talked about how the flying monkeys could like knock Atlas
Yeah,
to the
what
ground.
if this
What if they
knocks
launched
into that and then that goes into this?
But that can't be the correct size because I feel like Atlas is a lot bigger than.
Yeah, obviously not. But yeah, Ironwood in his little weird astrological room,
I
like
don't know.
that's some shit.
You know, people have gotten some. You know, he's gone bad when he starts. When
Sorry.
first he has a robotic eyebrow.
Every
and-
time I click, Rooster Teeth is like exit out of the page, and I'm like, no.
Maybe.
And you can see the reflection in there. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Rooster Teeth doesn't do it like YouTube does, where you can do frame by frame. Okay, so
Okay.
here's, maybe we should go back a little bit, but you can see a reflection in Ironwood's eyes. Like, I think that it's just what he's looking at. Like, it's literally just, he has, like, Atlas and the star. Like, it's all just in his, very deep, sis. All just in his eyes. So, you see this little charm? That probably
It was the
doesn't
charms
mean
that they
very
were
much.
wearing
Yeah,
when
it's
you
just the
meet
badge,
Aesops.
right? So, these are the Aesops, all right?
Which,
Let's
like-
be real. This guy looks basic as shit. I like how she looks in her eyes. This guy looks like the dude from...
He looks like Dr. Manhattan if Dr. Manhattan was
he
pale.
looks like...
Star Trek Data.
Yeah, he looks like Data. So I wonder if this guy is like a first iteration of Penny.
I
or if
love-
he's some sort
I
of
love
robot.
magenta
She
eyes
looks
over
great.
there.
Yeah, this guy just... There's just nothing going on here. I
But-
did like his personality though a little
He
bit.
has a like instead of a rabbit's foot, he has a Grimm's foot. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's something like that for... Okay, so can we talk about this guy, please?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same guy that we saw in the screenshot, but it probably is. But
Okay.
we were like, finally, a black guy that has, you know, black hair. But
No,
now
it's not.
he's spiky, and so I'm like, is this the same guy? Because it looked much more curly when we saw that blurry
Yeah.
screenshot. But now he just looks, I don't know. He has just spikes,
Just
and
a
that
brown
kind of
dude
bothers
with
me.
anime hair.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you guys saw, but we did a video on like the first trailer, and in the trailer you see this girl like magenta eyes, and you see him, and we sort of talked about that it looked like he had like curly hair, and now
He's also a
doesn't.
Faunus.
So is he?
Yeah, you can see a dog's
Oh,
tail.
he's a tail! Okay, maybe he's redeemed now. His design, I mean, but I'm
But
less
the-
like,
but-
really? Can we
but-
not have anything
But
that is curly and nice?
race is weird in RWBY because look at him, like he has sort of like straight hair, but he's
Right.
brown, but he has blue eyes.
I know,
And he's also a dog.
but I'm just like, would it be too much to ask to have a character with curly hair? Wig aside, if you guys don't know, I have really tight curls under here, like obviously not like the
You're
same texture as somebody who's
You're
black.
Italian, you're not
but
black,
I still
child.
have curly hair, and I just wanted just one, and I thought he was the one, but he's not. So I'm just like, Rooster Teeth, you know. Come through for us, please.
I
We
don't
were
know
all
why
so
that
excited,
guy
but I
is
do
the
like
significant of his tattoos or
his
his piercings.
little
God, that
thing.
guy's
He's
weird.
probably a robot, but yeah, I do like that he has a tail. So I guess he's okay.
I guess he's okay now.
No, I guess
like
he's fine
magenta
now.
eyes.
So Atlas Operatives Field
Field
Ace.
Ace.
So
So
these are
ASOP.
the Ace team, and we know that they're gonna be training with the Ace team, so that's kind of cool. Kind
Also,
like that.
Aesop, like Aesop
Oh.
tales, like fairy tales connection.
But what fairy tale is it? I don't get
Well,
it.
Aesop, well, actually, Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Oh,
I don't know the other ones, but that's the Boy Who Cried Wolf.
sis. Okay.
So they could be based off of different Aesop's fables.
I guarantee that you are. Now that you said that, he's a wolf. Oh my god. Okay.
But that also means
All
he's
is
like lies a
forgiven.
lot. But I don't know who the middle guy could be unless we know more about. What I bet
I
you.
like this. This is Watt's computer, eh?
Mm-hmm.
This is Watts' www.watts.com.
Also, if
Like,
we-
this is a symbol
If
right
we
here.
look over here, that's
He's
the mantle.
manipulating the mantle election!
It almost looks like it's like that yellow could be one political party and blue could be other. Maybe we're
Yeah.
gonna learn more about Hall or whoever that other
Because
person
then
was.
we see Tyrion fighting Hall, and you think that if Tyrion's fighting Hall, that he's manipulating the election against Hall?
Anyway.
Maybe because Hall seems like she wants to go up against Ironwood, but yeah, this is definitely Watt's computer. Mantle Security Network! Like, sis. So, power off, little Internet Explorer.
Chat.
Messaging, because he
For when
has
he's
to,
shitposting
you know, they
with
have
Mercury.
a Slack chat.
Sure.
In for Salem stuff, and so he has some files, some secret
Apparently,
files.
he has his own operating
This is
system too.
Yeah, this is definitely an Atlas like relic of creation like symbol right there. But yeah, so Watts is just looking at everything. What if it would be so fucked if Watts was actually operating this team somehow, and that's why they're on his computer? Like, I feel like he's just looking at them because they're something that stands in the way of him conquering
Or he's
Atlas.
gonna manipulate
But what if he
them in some
manipulates them?
capacity?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
If Pale Guy is a robot,
and you
is
see
he
a bunch
gonna
of
send
empty
him-
folders, but again, one with an Atlas symbol, so I sort of wonder because that is the relic of creation. Hello,
Oh, that
Watts.
dastardly
That
mustache.
little smile, and you see him typing. Okay.
Because I love how
I think he has a new design too. Did he have those rings
I
on
don't know.
his
I don't
gloves?
think he had those rings before. I also
Hello,
like how
Tyrion.
Tyrion's like gonna cut you up and break dance, but then he's just typing.
So Ironwood shoots again, very reminiscent
Different
of that
gun.
time that he shot before.
It doesn't have a
remember?
revolver that time. It doesn't look like.
It
Also,
looks like this is smoke. Last
Yeah.
time there was smoke, do you know what happened?
what?
Gin.
Gin. Oh, I guess. That's
Okay,
it. But that
like
doesn't
last
look
time.
like gin.
It's
smoke.
not. It's the creation relic smoke.
Okay.
Right? That's what I'm saying, is that they all
Oh.
maybe have sort of a different sort of smoke. And so that is a smoke for the creation relic. Or it's just snow. That's also
Or maybe-
possible.
maybe
but
if-
what if that's why Ironwood is paranoid? Because he's been talking to the Jinn, like the other one that's in the relic of creation.
Maybe they didn't just fix Penny. Maybe they used a relic of creation to bring her back.
Yeah,
and we're
exactly.
and this is hinting
and that's
to when
like
that happens.
consequences.
Yes.
There are consequences, guys,
Mhm.
right? And so that's the thing. Like, we thought that Penny was too easy, but we also thought that the relic of creation was involved. So what if, like, I don't know, the relic of creation is somehow having an
And
effect
I don't
on
know. I don't know
Ironwood?
how to get through Ironwood because I'm pretty sure he's a dictator. I
Sort
mean, he
of.
smells like a dictator. He looks like
I
a
don't think
dictator.
I don't know.
Look
it's
at that
weird
beard.
because we know that they work with the Aesops later in the show, right? And we know that they work for Ironwood later in the show, and Ruby's
But
trying
it's
to help
also
Ironwood.
2 seasons, so eventually
what
they're
if-
gonna realize that he ain't
But
shit.
I don't know. I feel like that. Okay, there's a scene, and we'll talk about this now. Okay, look at this. Okay, so it goes from Ironwood to Jacques, and so
Yeah.
what I'm basically thinking is, is that Ironwood's not the dictator. Jacques is somehow manipulating Ironwood, like, behind the scenes, and he's doing all the bad stuff, which is why Team RWBY's working with Ironwood, and Ironwood doesn't seem like a dictator. It's like, Jacques is the one killing the reporters. Jacques is the one, I don't know. I guess Watts is manipulating the election, but what if Jacques is, like, getting help to do it? You understand what I'm saying? And so it's sort of like, I don't know. I feel like that Ironwood is paranoid, but that Ironwood is not necessarily controlling everything.
Look at Whitley, though. He looks almost conflicted. Like, he doesn't look as mean and snarling.
Look at how Winter is smiling and she has a new outfit, but they're opposites to each other.
Also,
right?
she
They're
has, like,
against
an
each other,
armband
but Weiss turns over.
It's interesting, though, because, like, what if Whitley is a good guy and Winter goes more bad?
Please don't. I don't
like,
want. I don't
like,
want
listen,
it.
I don't want to be Team Whitley either.
Anyways.
But what if that happened?
Love Pedro, or whatever his name. Petro?
Petro. Was it Petro or Petro? Petro.
Petro.
Anyways.
I'm pretty sure. Love this man. We would stand forever. So him and Maria, that's pretty basic. Everybody standing on the city.
She looked like they're...
You wonder what they're looking at, actually. Hold on, let's go back to
I don't
this
know.
guy.
I really
Look
think
at Winter
Winter's
smile
with
at her. I
Jacques
don't know.
now, and Whitley's gonna be with Weiss.
I don't know.
I think that's
Are these Grimm or just spiky
Grimm
things?
or just... they look kind of like Grimm, even.
Oh my god, why? Rooster
You
Teeth.
can't use
Fix your
space?
fucking website. No.
Oh, that's okay.
Penny! Like, everything's okay there.
Who does she remind me of? That hair, like the new silhouette.
Dishwasher drew a Penny 3.0 that looked similar like that, and Dishwasher works for Rooster Teeth sometimes.
Okay.
So I think that they made Penny based off of Dishwasher's AU ideas, basically.
Okay. Now we just have some, like, fight
And
scenes.
fighting, yeah. This
More
is
saber tubes. I really enjoyed the... Oh, there's... Well, now the
Yeah,
guys...
see, these are the Aesops.
Yep.
And they're helping, right?
Oh.
This is Hall, and she has a pin.
What's that pin?
It's just an Atlas pin, I think. It's another relic of creation type pin. But what if it's like, what if,
So
I hate
she's
to
a
compare this
revolutionary?
to the Hunger Games,
Oh, no.
but what if she is District
Coin?
13? Yeah.
Oh.
What if she's that lady? I think Coin was evil,
Well,
though,
yeah,
so
but
there's
Coin
also
and...
that.
This is very significant.
So look at this. It flashes
Yeah.
to Jacques. So that's what I'm saying, is that Ironwood is being paranoid because of Jacques. That Ironwood is not the evil dictator. He's paranoid, but Ironwood has a good heart. He was never evil. He's just being manipulated by Jacques. And so again, Jacques is killing the journalist. Jacques is trying to manipulate the election. Like, Jacques is the one who is being a bad person.
A bad boy.
Which would not be surprising in this light. I just don't want Ironwood to be evil because we already got evil and it was called Lionheart.
But he looks pretty but it's a different kind of evil.
I know, but I don't want all of the
fear.
headmasters to be evil.
But they're both-
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
both-
Like,
first off, there's no way-
we've been there and we've done that, so
There's
that's
no
what
way
I'm
Vacuo
saying.
is gonna... But I feel like they're different evil. Like, Lionheart was afraid, and so he gave in. This guy's afraid, so he becomes a dictator.
I know,
like, it's
but
different.
like, I don't want another headmaster to be sketchy. Because
Well,
we already
Ironwood
got
was
that.
always kind of sketchy.
No, he wasn't.
I feel
Don't
like-
say that.
I feel like...
Anyway, okay,
Well,
well then there's this.
he's using,
where he's
like,
fighting Oscar.
yoga
Maybe he's
poses
trying
there.
to train Oscar.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like,
He's
what
like,
if
hey,
he's trying to help
how's it
Oscar
going?
practice? Exactly. See, Ironwood's not bad, all right?
Anyways,
Don't
there's Blake
slander
being a
him
queen,
like this. Oh,
and then
yeah,
her
this is
frozoning it.
Tyrion's here.
He's
so
dressed the
this
same-
is interesting. Again, Tyrion is fighting
Oh, so
Hall,
her
and Hall is
shield...
a very
Her
similar
shield
weapon.
is the same thing as her pin. That new symbol.
Yeah, I guess so.
What if by the end of this she takes over Atlas and Atlas is no longer Atlas, Atlas is like Mantle again? What if that's the symbol of Mantle and Atlas is that creation symbol?
Anyway, here's the thing. We had this theory in our rambling video about how Tyrion could have family here. And
Oh.
that's like, that was the thing, like that was the thesis. And it was a whole like sort of, like Tyrion could have had family here.
But he
and, like,
was rich.
He was a Faunus and well, she was a human or something like that. And so he was sort of like a bastard type situation. And so they like sent him to the mines and it
Yeah.
emotionally scarred him
Maybe
because
Hall-
they have a
yeah.
very similar weapon. Okay,
Yeah.
they don't really look alike, but that's because Tyrion is a Faunus and she just doesn't look like a
maybe
Faunus yet.
maybe Hull could be kind of a Buddha thing where she like was once a queen or a princess and was like
Like
you know
a mantle?
like in,
Like
no,
from
in
a
Atlas
oh.
in Atlas and she was rich but then she saw the pain in Mantle and she went down and became a leader of
That's
Mantle.
kind of like Weiss. I mean, it's not like Weiss.
I don't know if it's Weiss
It
necessarily.
just, what I would sort of be interested in is if we get an Anastasia situation where they used to be rich when Mantle was Mantle, but then Atlas took over and their family died. Anyway, I think totally like sibling, there's something between them and they fight with very similar weapons. That's usually not a sign of anything because like, you know, Raven and Crow fight with different weapons, all that stuff, but there has to be some significance. Why would they give them such similar weapons and have them fight each other? And then you see Crow. Oh, does Crow have a new outfit?
I can't. No.
A little. It looks a little different.
It looks a little different.
Rooster teeth. Help me out here.
Okay,
yeah, it looks a little different, but I don't think
there.
it's that different. Which
It almost
I guess
looks like it's a
with Crow.
vest now.
But yeah, it would be interesting if Crow like knew Hall. But I don't know, in a weird way, it seems like Hall is like a replacement Winter. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they both have white hair, and then like
what if she? I mean, she has white hair. What if she was a Schnee?
Yeah, maybe. But then how does that connect to Tyrion?
I don't know. Willow maybe. What if? Wait, no. Pause.
What if Willow had an illegitimate child and she's a Schnee?
Whoa! And then she becomes
had that
new
theory
Winter.
before with something else though, and she, but not Jacques because Jacques is not a Schnee, right?
No.
But Willow is the one that carries down the white hair trait.
Yeah.
So what if Hall is like Willow's been fucking around?
Half
and
Schnee.
she looks older than Winter.
And
so
well, and then that kind of goes with what I was saying that she was rich and then fell
we
down.
had this theory too that like Watts and Willow had some sort of affair, and that's why Watts was disgraced because Jacques found out and did it. So what if Hall is actually Watts and Willow's child from a long time ago, and then that's why Watts got disgraced. Something to think about.
Not because of what he did nothing wrong, but because he boinked to Willow.
He boinked Willow, and they were actually in love. And then Jacques manipulated.
Oh my God!
To get Willow to
I'm
be
gonna
with
cry!
him
I'm gonna cry for poor Watts.
Exactly. Anyway, I really like the
they're
color there. That was
16,
good.
trying to find their way. Got it.
Very
I
nice.
love this.
Yeah, Crow has new outfit.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh, he looks sexy.
Clap
my God.
Okay.
Oh,
here's
he
the
looks
thing. They're all on the
sexy.
same side in this
Yeah,
photo.
but I don't know. I think that's a
I
misnomer.
trust that.
Although I love that image, I'm putting that as my desktop background.
Me too. I'm gonna let's just do
like,
that right now. Like,
oh,
if anything, this guy in the back, he looks sketchy as fuck. But I feel like everyone else is.
But
okay.
I don't know. But that earlier scene with Winter and with I don't know, man.
I think
I'm
it
not
helps
trusting them.
to what everyone's looking at because everyone's looking straight ahead, but Winter is looking to the side. So what if Winter is gonna betray Ironwood? What if you're right and that Winter has been reined back in by Jacques? I wouldn't like that. I don't think that fits her character very well. But it's like, look, everybody's looking.
I don't know.
Forward,
I rewatched Volume 3 and I get the idea that like I don't know.
Like Winter ran
She's
away,
a little brutal.
so I feel like that for her to be trapped by Jacques again would be kind of sucky. But
what if it's not
that was
trapped by
the plan
Jacques?
the whole time was to send Winter into the military so she could manipulate Ironwood? Like, what if Winter was groomed for that the entire time?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wrote that in a fan fiction once.
Anyway,
So.
so I think we're okay. I think we're done now. We're done yelling.
Penny looks a little
Too
to
happy?
the homie, but not yet because
And
then we
then
got
the relic of creation.
So we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Penny looks a little too manic in that. Like
Maybe.
she's, I don't know.
There has
Something's
to
up
be a
with
trick
her.
to that, but we'll talk about that when we do our episode analysis, which will be out today if you guys are
She
seeing
appears
this
to
today.
be using different weapons. Like she's not using her swords anymore. She's just
She
using
just-
lasers.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I don't
She
trust
doesn't have
that.
the backpack.
I don't trust new Penny.
Anyway, we'll talk about
Can we
that
talk about how
later.
sexy Crow looks? Like, look at that man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Thank you to all the patrons over on Patreon who support our channel. Their names will be showcased now.